Yo, wagwan, tis your boy, Jadon, Legendary. We have a real video here, okay? Hand review. Can't say reveal, what the fuck? Now, if you're watching this video, I'm gonna assume that you already have a camera and a lens, okay? And whether your camera and lens is something special or not, these items should be able to help. If you are willing to spend a little bit more money on anything, I would say make it be your camera. As you can see, my camera is kind of old. It's the Canon EOS 5D Mark II. At this point, these are worth about $500 in comparison to what they used to be, a lot more dang expensive when they first came out. So it's a dang good camera. It's a little outdated, but it's still a dang good camera. And in terms of lens, what I'm about to show you should pretty much work for every lens. Now my lens here is the EF from Canon 24 to 50 105. It does have macro capability, but here's the problem with that. It can only get so close. Usually when you're doing macro photography, you want it to be on manual, which is what you're going to do with any lens. Now, like I said, I'm going to assume that if you're clicking on a video like this, you would probably already have a lens and a camera. So what are the cheap items that I use, okay, to make my macro photography popping? Now, I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. I've been doing photography for years, virtual and real, and I did not exactly know about macro photography. I knew what it was. I've seen people do the super close-up pictures of bugs and foods and sorts of things. I didn't know that's what the name of it was, and I didn't know how to perform it myself. Now that I do, I found some cheap and easy ways to be able to do it without spending an arm and a leg, because as we all know, photography can be very expensive. Let's get into it. Starting off with number one, you need something for the lens and for the camera. That, my good peoples, is extenders. How macro photography works is it takes your lens from your camera and it adds more distance. I got my hands on these right here, JJC off of Amazon, for not very much at all, okay, as you'll see pop up on the screen. And they're not fucking bad. They do exactly what I needed them to do, and they don't cost an arm and a leg, and they're not full plastic. They're metal and plastic, so you have just a little bit more reliability, as you can see. Okay, not the most expensive metals in the world. After all, you're not paying very much, so you can't expect much. The thing that makes them great is there's multiple. You know what I'm saying? This size right here, because I have a Canon, if I wanted to buy a Canon extender, which I will in the future when I have the money to do so, but right now, while I don't, this is the same size you can get for a Canon. This whole little set, I think, cost me like 30 bucks. I don't know. Like I said, it'll pop up with the Amazon. If you get the Canon one, it's going to run you $150 for one. For one. Okay? I ain't got that right now. I ain't got that right now. So this right here will help you quite a bit. And I saw quite a few people using these too, even people, bigger photography YouTubers. I'm like, okay, well, they never actually say what they were using, but it's pretty easy to find if you really you use Amazon just a little too dang much, like myself. You get a whole dang set. Now, of course, once you have them ready to go, tie them down on the back. So this is, like I said, the EF and the Pro. You line up the little red dots. Boom. It's ready to go. Take the back cap off, of course. Boom, it's ready to go. So now look at all that distance you got. Can't see. There we go. Look at all that distance you got from your actual lens, which means you'll be able to get stupidly close. But here's the thing, okay? These ain't the only thing. Me personally, I like to get as close as possible. I'm doing macro photography. So here are some more things you're gonna need. Next up, my good people, boom. Now you're probably wondering, what is this? This was a very cheap on Amazon, okay, as you'll see pop up on the screen. Supplementary close-up lenses. There's 4 of them, as you can see. and there's 4 different sizes. Okay, go ahead, feel real quick. Okay, this is the smallest one. Can't really see it at this angle that well. Now this is close-up lens number 1. As you can see, mine says 77mm because that's the size of my lens. Just in case you don't know what the size of your lens might be, I'm not sure for Sony and everybody else, but for Canon, it'll tell you right there at the top, as you can see, 77mm. Okay? That's how you know you're threading. So when you're going to buy a lens, why my camera leaning back like a Fat Joe song? Number 1. So let me go ahead and show you what that looked like real quick. If I put it up on the lens, see how it zooms everything. Oh, you can actually see the webcam. It's a piece of garbage. I need to get a new one. But as you can see it zooms things in just a little bit more. All right, so that's number 1. We got number 2. Same thing, but a little bigger. The close-up lens 2. A little blurry when I get too close. I forgot this webcam doesn't have the closest. As you can see, that's just a little closer than the first one was. And okay, we have close-up lens number 3. This is close-up 4. So that's 4 times. Zooming in, boom, look how close that is now. The closer you get, the more detail you can see. And we have the big boy. Okay, this is the one I use the most. As you can see, it's so freaking big. Okay, here's number 4. This one's number 10, so you can see a little bit of bulbousness on number 4. Number 10, you can fully see that dang lens. Look how much the light is translating to my dang hand. It being dead serious is actually ever so slightly warm. That's how much it magnifies, and I'm gonna put it nice and close. Look at that. Madness, right? Believe it or not, because these have threads, you can actually tie them together. So if you take 1 and put it with 2, by technical, you now have a 3. I gotta be careful here because these don't fit in my hands too well, as you can see. I almost accidentally dropped this big boy right here. I somehow managed to catch it in between my legs, or otherwise it would have hit the concrete. Boom. Now you see it's just a little bit more zoomed in. Now if we apply the number 4 to that, you by technical now have, oops, I put it on wrong. You by technical now have a 7. Okay. Here, screw them on, and boom. Look at that zoom. Almost as much as the 10. Then you take the 4 off. You apply the 10. By technical, you now have a 13. Come on, man. Look at that madness. How close that is. And now, ooh, I just hit the crap out the arm. Get stupidly close. But as you can see, it even works for a little doodle head webcam like this. So you can imagine what it can do for camera. Next up, my good people, is you're gonna need a light. Macro photography works best when you have good lighting. Okay. Now this little cheap thing right here, I got off of Amazon for 18 bucks, and it's not bad, at least in my experience. It had a very good vote. All these had very good voting ratings. I have a specific thing that I do when I'm buying stuff on Amazon, because Amazon is fully loaded with trash. Okay. If it's a 4.5, if it's less than 4.5, I'm most likely not gonna go for it. And it has to be within a hefty amount of people. Well, everything you're looking at here was a 4.5 and higher, okay? With a hefty amount of votings. That's my rule of Amazon. This light right here is pretty dang decent, okay? You gotta have good lighting when it comes to doing photography. Now, as you can see, it is very bright, but you can also, oh, the thing about the die, I forgot to charge it. You can switch it over. You can bring the lighting down if need be, and as you can see, it's down. Can't really see it that well because, like I said, this webcam sucks. So, yeah, I'll get a new one soon. But boom, there you go. You can switch it. You hold it down, switches it to color. So as you can see, now it's all red. Okay. Switch it over here. You can now change the color completely. Now it's yellow. Now it's green. It's blue. Now it's even more blue. Now it's purple. Now it's pink. The camera is actually surprisingly picking that up pretty well. It's a great little tool and it lasts a long dang time. I'm only just now having to charge it. People on Amazon were saying, oh, it dies too fast to make good use of. I have not had that experience. There are times where I've used this thing for an hour straight and it'll still be over half a battery. 2 hours, it might be okay, it's time to charge up. 2 hour 30, maybe charge it up. If you can't get stuff done within 2 hours and 30 minutes, you know what I mean, don't run it until you're actually ready to use it. Now, I know if you're doing stuff on a much higher scale, 2 hours and 30 minutes might not be the best, but for macro photography, 2 hours and 30 minutes is dang good enough. You know, you grab a little specking item, put it on something clean and good, of course, so you can actually fully see it, and this little thing does its dang job. It's pretty decent too with full-on photography. I build little miniature setups and everything, and this thing has served me quite well. I'm not disappointed. I kept the box and everything. It's sitting on the where my Xbox is, just in case if I ever needed to return it. No, I'm keeping it. It's a great little tool. It does its job pretty decent. Is it an expensive light? Of course not. But if you can't afford expensive lights yet, which are $100, $200, $300, this little guy is just fine for 18 bucks. And that's the biggest thing. If you're buying something off of Amazon for 18 bucks, do not expect a lot out of it. You paid $18, not 180, not 1800, 18 bucks. You know, and for 18 bucks, it does its job quite well. And lastly, when it comes to doing macro photography, as I said earlier, you need to be in manual mode, which is a little hard to do when you're trying to, you know, capture something and you're wobbling around a little bit, trying to stay steady, you know, and you just keep moving. With a decent little stand, is it the heaviest stand? No. Is it the most highest quality? Nope. But it was 25 bucks. Does its job quite dang well. As you can see, I still got my phone joint on it. It did its job very well. Now the issue this thing has is, as you can see by the movement of my hand, it is extremely stiff. However, like any tripod, if you loosen it up a little bit, it becomes much smoother. Is it the smoothest thing ever? Nah. But like I said, it'll get the job done. Okay. The more loose you make it, the less stiff it is. Although with macro photography, you really could just hold your camera in one position and then point your item at what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're gonna go ahead and put this into use. So I'm gonna grab 3 little small objects, 1 big small, 1 medium small, and 1 very small. I'm gonna show you how I use this camera and all these items to my advantage. So we are now on the camera. Here's the setup. Hopefully the mic sounds good. I just bought this mic for the camera here. We have our medium small, our big small, our 1/3 scale little AK. That thing is amazing. I freaking love that thing. Then we have our little Plymouth here. Okay. And then for our tiny item, we have this minuscule little diamond. So we're gonna go ahead and get this camera attached to the tripod and show y'all what's going on. All right, here we are. We're using the full 3 extenders with no extra lens. Let me go ahead and turn the light on. Oh, I forgot to turn it off the pink. Now in the future, the main reason I got a camera for this thing was so that I could do stuff like this. Now let's go ahead and turn our light up so we can see the AK just a bit better. And if you want, you could always just take the little light box I showed you. You could always just take that and put it like on the ground. So as you can see, let's go ahead and adjust our overhead light a bit so we can get more light. So as you can see, the closer you get, the cleaner. Now look at the quality of that. It's amazing, right? But as you can see also, I back up a little bit and boom, it blurs. So that's the beauty of macro photography. It's about being able to catch the close-up look of the item. Okay. As you can see, we're pretty dang close. Look how that look. Now if you want to get closer, that's where the other lenses will come into play. We can get pretty dang close before the base lens is like, alright, that's a little too close. Okay. Now, the pictures I'm going to show at the end of the video will be pictures I've already taken, but this is really just to show. So boom, there's our medium large object. Let's move on to our I said medium large, our large small object. Let's move on to our medium small with a bigger lens. Alright, now we are with our smaller object. Now I have the tripod on because we're real close now. So as you can see the Plymouth clear as day. You can see the wheels. The car is looking nice. I took the light off the top because now we have to be so close you won't really be able to see it that well. But I mean, look at the details in our little miniature muscle car here. And we are up close. Now because it's a long little car, much like any other B-body platform in real life, we have to adjust it for each end of the car. I know I said B-body, some of y'all are probably like, what the fuck does that mean? It was the platform of Dodge cars that this little Plymouth is based on. And they were all really big cars. That's your Dodge Chargers, your Plymouth Roadrunner like this one here. But see, we so dang close you can't even get the back now. And that's the beauty of the these close-up lenses. You can get some pretty amazing dang shots. Okay. Now, let's move on to the last one. Let me show you how close we can get to that little diamond there. Go ahead and pull that down. Shoot, you can even really see the detail of my dang finger. I gotta start moisturizing my hands. My hands look like the 50-year-old man's hands, but that's 20 years away, dude. And now, as you guys can see, we're super up close to this little acrylic diamond here. Look how close that is. Let me see if I can grab it. Boom. There's my whole dang hand. Turn it this way so you can see. Oh, turn it this way. And look at that. Shoot, that should be the thumbnail. Look how clear we can see it too. And this ain't even the farthest. I can make it even closer, which I will do. Let me take a picture of that real quick. Crispy clean. Alright, let's get even closer. And boom, now we are even closer. As you can see, the quality is quite dang nice. Now hold on, let's get this little guy out the way. Okay, let's bring the car back in. Look at the wheel. Look at the wheels. Okay, let's get a nice good look at that. Ooh, it's a little dusty. Hold on real quick, people. I ain't know it was so dusty. Okay, it's kind of been sitting on this shelf for a little minute now. Go ahead, pull that back in. Okay, that didn't make it much better. Those are real rubber tires, that's why it's doing that. So I'll probably have to actually clean it with like some water or something. But as you can see, we're so dang close. Look at the hub. Okay, let's get this little guy out the way. Let's bring the little AK back in here. Okay, 1/3 scale AK. And let's get a nice good close-up look at that. Look at the paint. This is just in case anybody's wondering where the heck you get the little gold AK from. This is a company called Goat Guns. Not sponsored, although if they do want to sponsor, somebody send this to them. I'll gladly do a bunch more videos of okay, it's a little big. Hold on, let me see if I can pull the camera back. I will gladly do more videos showcasing close-up detail and how good they are, because this really is a good. I fucking love this little thing. All the parts actually move too. Look at that. Look how close I am. So there you go, peoples. a little bit of macro photography for cheap. Okay, stop moving, little man. Oh my goodness. There we go. We face the light the right way. Hey, you know, somebody send that to them. You know, send me a. They can send me a 1911. Send me a Tommy gun and a STG. And there you go, people. So hopefully that was helpful. This was helpful, I mean, in any way, shape, and form. If it was, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Okay, because I have much more stuff to show. Like I found a lot of things that I can show off. And I do all things photography, virtual, real life. Check out Instagram, so I post most of my stuff, even for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, but never too much. Don't go over there expecting madness, people. With that being said, I guess there's one more thing I want to show you, and that's in this little tiny terrarium that my sister made me many years ago. Now, of course, it's not a live terrarium. Don't expect to see animals. I'm also not expecting to see animals. So right now we're looking at the crystals, the rocks. You move it up, you see the grass. Look how close we can get. This is ridiculous. And the rocks. There go wires to some of the lights. We gotta push it a little closer here. Right now we're just looking at a dang jar. There goes a close-up of the lights. So you can really see the detailing of the little lights. They're little hot glue with wires through them. At another rock. You can get insanely close to every dang thing, man. It's crazy.